crafty friends, Christina here with you. I am going to be doing a project that will show you how you can combine Stampin' Up! And Close to My Heart for some beautiful results. So if you see here in the catalog, this is page 80, this Trusty tools set here. So I'm going to be using the dies here. I'm not going to be doing any stamping with the stamp set there, but it's a very cute set as well that coordinates obviously with the dies. And I'm going to be combining that with the new Hug in a Mug that is come out from Close to My Heart that's being sold through Stampin' Up! And I'm going to be using the mug image here as well as the pencil. And I'm going to be doing some stamping with this stamp set as well. So I just wanted to point out where you can find each of those. And then let's go ahead and see what we're going to be creating. So we're going to be creating this fun Father's Day card since it's very timely right now, Father's Day coming up. As you might have noticed in the catalog when I was showing this Trusty tool set, there is a Happy Father's Day sentiment in it. So if you just wanted to get the dies with that and the stamp set, that would work perfectly. I just thought when I saw this set, I was very excited by all the possibilities because not only does it work well for the Father's Day, but it could work for Mother's Day because it has the mom, that you could have it be mom instead of dad, and it also has teacher, so it'd be great for teacher appreciation. You got the candy canes, and so it's just so many different things. You could use that for Christmas. Just lots of fun ideas with it. So I think it's very versatile, but I wanted to show how you can combine the two and how they work beautifully, just absolutely seamlessly. So let's go ahead and get started creating it. So I am using our new basic beige cardstock. It measures 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fold that, and that will give us a top fold card. And then I've done all of the die cutting for us ahead of time just to save time. So what I've done is 2 of the peg boards here, and so I've done this in the Close to My Heart Kraft Paper. I really like how it kind of, I think, resembles the pegboard a little bit better than any of the browns that are being offered through Stampin' Up! And so I just wanted to point out that that's what I was using. And I'm just going ahead and using a tape runner, putting it behind the pegboard here, and then I'm lining it up, and I'm trying to get like an equal border on both sides as well as the bottom. Since I'm going to be using 2 of them, whoops, looks like I ripped it up a little bit here when I was gluing that. Hopefully I can get that to go down. So I'm going to just go ahead and tear that off so it does not poke through the holes there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the second one. And I'm just kind of doing off screen here so that way if I get any extra adhesive through the holes, it's not getting on my paper here. And I'm going to go ahead and line this up. So then I should still have a nice equal border here on the sides as well as the top. And so now we have our pegboard there. So I didn't want my mug to just kind of be floating in air. So I went ahead and I die cut in that same basic beige one of these stitch squares. This is actually an older set from Stampin' Up! Called Stitch Shapes. And I just did the largest square image for that. You could do any square you had. You could do a circle, just something, like I said, so it doesn't seem like the mug is just kind of floating out there. It just kind of helps ground it a little bit, which is what we want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to center this on here. And what's nice is because you're using a pegboard, you can kind of use those dots as a guide for helping you center. So like I have 2 rows of the dots here, and I have 2 rows here, and then I have 4 above and 4 below. So that's just really kind of a nice, if you want it to be really precise, you can use that as your measurement guide. So I will say this is probably my favorite part is this mug. It has this little slit in here, so you can slide those different things in. So like we're going to slide in the tools from Stampin' Up! But it has, like I said, the candy cane, which will be perfect at Christmas time. It's got pens, it's got a pencil, it's got marshmallows that you could have kind of tucked in and kind of popping out to look like some fun hot chocolate. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and stamp on it. So I'm going to bring in the foam mat here so I can get a nice crisp image. And I'm going to be stamping it in the Night of Navy. And let's go ahead and we're going to start with the World's Best first. And I love how the fonts on this are a little bit different. They're not all the same, so it just gives it a little bit, a nicer visual appeal to it. So like the dad is very bold, whereas you kind of have that scripty best, and the world's is a little bit thinner. So you got 3 different looks there, but it works really nice all together. So we've gone ahead and stamped that. So that pops out a little bit more because it's in a darker shade. Move that out of the way. And so then what we're going to do is we are going to layer any of our tools that need to be layered. So I used early Espresso for behind my hammer. And for all of the foil stuff, I did use Close to My Heart silver foil. And I will have everything linked, or not linked, sorry, listed So what I want to say, listed at the bottom in the comments, before the comments, sorry, listed in the description for you. Okay, so there is our hammer, and we want to put, I'm going to put some little bit, some free foam behind this wrench head just so it pops up a little bit. And I do realize that I need to stamp my pencil real quick too. So we've got that, and we're just going to line that up a little bit like that. So we've got those three ready to go. So I'm going to bring back in the foam, and the pencil is from the Close to My Heart set, and I cut it out in the Kraft paper, and I'm stamping it in the Memento Tuxedo Black. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of our Stampin' Right markers here, and I'm going to color in the pencil eraser with the Flirty Flamingo. So we've got a nice pink eraser. I'm going to add the basic gray. Let's see, I want the brush tip here, and I'm going to do that for the little metal part here, the silver, where we have the metal part that holds the eraser in place. And then finally, I'm going to use the pumpkin pie to color the bulk of the pencil here, just to kind of give it that kind of look that we have of pencils here. I was originally going to use a yellow, but I felt like since I had die cut it on in the Kraft paper, that it just didn't show as well as this does. So quickly doing this. There we go. All right. And now our pencil is done. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab our mug, and I'm going to, actually before I put those in, I'm going to put some adhesive on the back here, and I'm not going to worry about putting any on the handle. And I'm going to go ahead and slide it in that slit. I think that is so awesome. I just love that. And so then you can kind of stick your tool that you've got in your mug against that adhesive, and it's going to hold it in place. Put our pencil in, and then our wrench. You can have them be at an angle, or you can have them be straight in, however you want it to be. And I'm adding some extra adhesive there. And then I'm going to go ahead and center it on my square to the best that I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then the final thing is I'm going to put some 3D foam on the back of my hammer here, and I'm going to have it go across to kind of draw the eye into this whole cluster that we've got going on here. So I'll take these back pieces off real quick, and then we will put it down. And that, my friends, is the end of the card. Super simple, super easy. So you have it kind of angled here, so that way it's pointing to the sentiment there, kind of reinforcing the world's best dad. And I'm this out of the way so you can see the original again there. So fun card, combining, like I said, both the Stampin' Up and Close to My Heart images and dies, and it just works really well. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, stay crafty.